Welcome to your opening series for your neck. This one's really important, especially if you ever get headaches or migraines or kind of have what we call tech neck or even, breastfeeding neck. All of these things really kind of pull and can cause headaches, migraines, tension. So it's great to pair with our thoracic chest opening series, but if you only have time for the neck today, no problem. I'll get you open and feeling better. So all you need is a comfortable place to sit. I will, at the very end, give you an option for kind of a self-massage that will require 2 balls. You can use the Yamana balls, you can use, these are lacrosse balls, you can even use golf balls, but placing them inside of a little bag or inside of a sock and tying it real tight, this is going to be nice to close with. So whenever you're ready, go ahead and find your comfortable seat. And then allow yourself to just close down the eyes and begin to observe the neck. You might already easily begin to feel the tension here. We'll just start with a couple deep rounds of breath. When you're ready, take a deep inhale through the nose. Exhale out of the nose. Inhaling for 2 deep breaths through the nose. This time we'll exhale out of the mouth. One more breath together, inhaling. Exhale any way you'd like. So bringing the palms face down on the lap, I want you on your next exhale to gently draw the chin down towards the chest. And allow the shoulders to actively draw down away from the ears. Beginning to notice maybe any imbalance in right side neck, left side neck. And on your next inhale, gently roll the right ear over to the right shoulder. Begin to feel that stretch along the front of the left side of the neck, left side of the neck. You might even begin to feel an opening around the collarbone. But just stay here for a few rounds of breath. We're going to move very intentionally with the neck, very slowly. You can keep rolling that left shoulder head towards the back, feeling that broadening across the left collarbone. Taking your time to breathe here and really feel that opening. On your next inhale, gently begin to stretch the chin away from the left shoulder. Now you might feel a little bit more of an opening underneath the jaw, underneath the chin. And still rolling that left shoulder head back. Take 3 rounds of breath here. Deep inhale for 1. Exhaling out. Inhaling for 2. Exhaling out. Take 1 more breath here. Deep inhale through the nose. As you exhale, lower the chin ever so slightly back to kind of that neutral position. And we're going to take that left hand and bring it behind the back. Some of you may be able to slide that hand all the way over and kind of hold on to your right bicep. I want you to feel this stretch intensify even more. And if you want, you can find a little bit of movement with the chin again, or just rest it right here. For this one, I kind of like to move my chin downward and feel the stretch in the back of the neck. Taking a couple rounds of breath here. You're going to notice a big difference when we release out from right side to left side. Take one more breath in, and then when you're ready, bring that left palm back to your lap. Roll the chin all the way back down to the center of the chest, and just pause in this neutral position. And when you're ready, we're going to roll now left ear over to left shoulder and begin to take a few rounds of breath. Now opening up right side of neck, right scalenes, actively drawing that right shoulder towards the back. I want you to think of creating more space between the collarbone and the jaw, really elongating the neck, releasing the tightness, releasing the tension here. So we'll stay for about 3 rounds of breath. All of the breathing should be done in through the nose and out through the nose. And each time those muscles lengthen a little bit longer, actively draw that right shoulder down and back. And then from here, we're just going to gently reach the chin away, as far away and up from that right shoulder as possible. So the stretch will vary from side to side. You might feel it underneath the jaw, underneath the chin. You might feel it even across the collarbone. Some can even feel it around the ear. So just take a couple rounds of breath here. Really allowing this opening of the neck. Opening of the scalenes, the jaw, the throat. Just finding more space here. On your next exhale, gently lower the chin back. Just kind of how we had it. And when you're ready, bring that right hand behind the back. Once again, you might be able to find the left bicep now and actively pull that right shoulder head back and away. Finding your breath here. Feeling the tension even release in the face, around the eyes. If you brought the chin down towards the chest on the last side, begin to do so on this side. Finding a different opening. Taking a couple rounds of breath. Every exhale, feeling that softening and finding more length. On your next exhale, go ahead and release the hand from the back. Roll the chin back towards the chest. And you may notice that the chin is a lot closer to the chest now. We're going to intensify this by interlacing the fingers on the back of the head and just allowing the elbows to draw in and relaxing everything down. Feeling the weight of the hands pull everything a little bit closer. Taking 3 rounds of breath here. Releasing the hands from the head, bring your gaze up to neutral for a moment. Just noticing any changes taking place in the neck. We're going to find some neck circles, and rather than thinking of moving your chin around, I want you to think about making a circle with your nose. So that way we're not going too far, too deep. You may notice little kind of crackles or crunches in the back of the neck. That is normal. Just go very slow, very mindfully. Take your time on this. So once again, think about drawing a little circle with your nose directly on the wall in front of you. So when you're ready, we're just going to lower the nose down towards the floor, and we're going to start to move the nose over to the right. Looking over the right as far as you can, bringing the nose up towards the ceiling, looking over to the left, moving it all the way down and around. Let's do that 2 more times in this direction. The slower you go, the more you can really be with those in-between places, those stretches. And the next time the gaze finds the ground, just pause there, rest at neutral. And we're going to take 3 circles now, moving to the left. Once again, looking over the left shoulder, stretching it all the way up and around, looking over to the right, bringing it down and around. 2 more. Make sure you are breathing, and not just breathing, but taking deep breaths. The next time the chin finds the chest, let it rest here. Take a recovery breath at neutral, and then bring the gaze up to center. I want to kind of look over right and left shoulder, now moving in a very lateral position. So when you're ready, inhale, look over the right shoulder. Exhale, look center. Inhale, look over the left. Exhale, center. Keep going and try and turn the gaze as far over the shoulder as you can each time without twisting the upper body. Good. Allow the gaze to come back to center. And we're going to do 1 more here. I want you to think about stretching the throat. So much of our concentration stays on the neck, stays on the cervical spine. But you've got a lot of scalenes, these muscles that connect the head to the torso. And so I want you to start thinking about stretching these. So you're going to inhale, reach the chin up, stretch the front of the throat. Exhale, move the chin down towards the chest. And then just do that a couple more times. Inhale, stretching up. Exhale, stretching down. 2 more. Last one. Good. Bring the gaze up to center. Take a moment to pause here. I know that's a lot of opening for the entire neck. We're going to do 1 more thing. Earlier we had 1 hand at a time behind the back. This time we're going to take both hands behind the back. So you've got a couple different options. If you are tighter in the neck, tighter in the tops of the shoulders, what I'm going to ask you to do is make fists. So it's going to kind of look like this. And then I want you to work on rolling those shoulders back, rolling the elbows back, and just kind of keeping this rest right here. If you do have the flexibility in the wrists and in the arms, you're going to take a reverse prayer. Same thing here. We're moving on, taking the elbows back, broadening across the collarbone. So whichever one you choose, we're going to come there. We're going to take our last seated neck stretch here. So the wrists, the palms, everything is connected to the neck. I want you to find this opening here, and then just gently take left ear, left shoulder, finding a couple rounds of breath. I know it's an intense stretch, so stay with me. We're almost there. Bring the gaze back to center, right ear, right shoulder. A couple rounds of breath. Come back to center. Go ahead and slide those hands down your back body, shake out the wrists. I know that's a lot, but this is really good. It's all connected, and we, especially as mothers, are always holding baby, feeding, carrying things. So this is really going to help you to release all of that, and also at the same time, drain the lymph nodes, drain the lymphatic system. We've got a ton of lymph nodes everywhere around our breasts, in our armpits, in our neck. So the very last thing I'm going to have us do, and this is optional, so if you feel that you've had enough for the neck today, you can stop. If you want to do more of a restorative kind of neck massage, I'm going to have you go ahead and get your balls. Once again, they can be in a sock, they can be in one of these mesh bags. If you buy them from Yoga Tune-Up, the bags come with it, but once again, these are lacrosse balls in a mesh bag. So we're going to do a little ball rolling for the neck. I would like the balls to be on either side of the spine. So we don't actually want to roll out the cervical spine. We want to roll the muscles on the side of the cervical spine. So those muscles connect the skull all the way down to the sacrum. And we're going to just kind of work those muscles a little bit in the neck. So you're going to lie down, resting your neck on these. So take the balls and bring them right at the base of the skull. Once again, the actual balls themselves will never touch the spine. And then just go ahead and find a comfortable position for the hands to rest. And you may already feel a big opening, so everybody's body is different. You may feel more of an activation or more action on one side of the neck than the other. But I want you to just take a few rounds of breath here, beginning to release the muscles right on either side of the cervical spine. You can even rock a little right to left, kind of taking a no shape of the head, just moving right to left. I want you to kind of slide those balls down midway on the neck. And you can let yourself rest here a little bit. It may feel kind of different since most of us have lost the natural curvature in our cervical spine. You may feel almost as though you're getting that kind of C shape back into the neck. Go ahead, do that nod of the head no again, really massaging out the neck muscles. And then you can slide the balls all the way down, right above the shoulder heads. Allow everything to get heavy and rest here, and just take a couple rounds of breath. This is a really nice action because this is what we call restorative or passive. We move ourselves into a position with the support of props to help us kind of restore the body's natural balance or restore the harmony. And you can either choose to stay there longer. If you want, you can even kind of lift the hips, roll up and back, and have those balls massage the side of the spine and really help to elongate and open those muscles. But if you are ready and feel good to move on, that concludes our neck opening series for today.